Alright. Everyone, we are starting with our first match of the tournament. And we already have 1 point up by Syseldin. Give me 1 second. There we go. This is our very first match of the day. Syseldin 2, Rathios 1. This is the winner's bracket. They're both in semifinals. Whoever gets eliminated here does not get eliminated from the tournament. They're currently even now, 2-2. Rathios and Syseldin are looking pretty even right now in this match. Everybody, welcome. I hope you're all having a good day today. We've got a couple of good and intense matches to get through. First one again is Syseldin and Rathios, both in semifinals, both with 3 wins. Syseldin now at his 4th point, only needs 1 more to take the first game against Rathios in this set of a best of 5. Rathios, though, making it tight. It's 4-4, and they're down to the last point. This is match point. Whoever gets this hit is the one that takes the first round. Oh my god, they're going for such a long time. This is such a long round, and there it is. Rathios taking the final point, 5-4. Already, we have an insanely intense first game to kickstart our tournament off with. That was really nice. Alright, so Syseldin and Rathios, you may continue as you see fit. Don't wait for me. Just go ahead and keep playing until you guys are done. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on to game number 2 of this semifinals match. Rathios already taking the first point, not even 5 seconds into the match, and we're already starting off hot. Syseldin looking good with the shield right now, blocking all the shots, looking for the headshot on Rathios, trying to find it off that corner shot, but doesn't find it. Does find the one to the ankles, though, and there's Syseldin's first point for this game. It's currently tied 1-1. We're looking like a long round here, 12 seconds already between Syseldin and Rathios. They're going back and forth. Syseldin looking for those headshots. Finally finds the 3rd point against Rathios, and it's not looking too good for Rathios in game number 2. Syseldin up 2 points. And they take a trade there. It's now 4-2, but it's looking still good for Syseldin. That trade is completely fine. He's up 2 points. Not looking good for Rathios. He's trying to find that headshot again. Rathios now holding up his second shield to protect his head. Does manage to find the 3rd point on Syseldin, and the match is looking a little bit closer now. Not as one-sided as it was before, but Syseldin does finally get the 5th point, and the game is now 1-1. Syseldin against Rathios. They're going to head and get started onto the next round. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Game number 3. Syseldin does manage to find the first point on Rathios. Already not even 10 seconds that match. We're 1-0. Rathios looks for the straight shot, looks for another straight shot, but Syseldin connects for 2 points up against Rathios. It's 2-0 right now. And it's not looking good. An amazing ceiling shot. That was a really beautiful throw there by Syseldin to get the 3rd point off of Rathios. Syseldin's training with those ceiling shots has definitely paid off, and it's now 4-0. It is not looking good for Rathios in game number 3, but he does manage to get 1 point, doesn't get 5-0'd. The game does manage to finish 5-1 though, and Syseldin takes game number 3. It's currently 2-1 in Syseldin's favor. Syseldin, this is set point. If Syseldin wins the next game, he moves on to finals and pushes Rathios into the loser's bracket. Game number 3, starting off in the first second, Syseldin already getting 1 point. And it's already starting to look good for Syseldin to move on to finals in the winner's bracket. Rathios, though, coming back with a fire, 1-1. The game is tied. He does not want to get 5-1 again. Holding up his second shield. You can see him trying to block those shots that come from the right side. Syseldin looking for a lot of those bounce shots off the back right corner from Rathios' side. Now looking for the low shots. 2 headshots come out. Another third, but that one's a little bit too low, and the game is now tied 2-2 between Syseldin and Rathios. 2-3 as Rathios manages to get a leg up against Syseldin for this game. It's not looking too bad, but Syseldin comes right back and ties it 3-3. Ooh, and Rathios getting the 4th point. Looking nice. It looks like he might be able to tie this winner's semi-finals game out if he does get this next point against Syseldin. 3-4. Syseldin's looking for the headshot again, but Rathios knows it's coming, holding that shield up. Let's go with both of his shields, though. Doesn't have defense up for that shot, and it's currently 4-4. Syseldin ties, and it's anybody's game right now. And Rathios does manage to get the 5th point, making it 2-2. Whoever takes the next round will move on to winners finals. This is the most possible games we could possibly have. Each player has 1-2, and they only need to win 1 more to move on. Alright, this is game number 5. Syseldin up 1 point already, again as we saw the last game, using that first second to take the first point, but Rathios, within 2 seconds, takes his point and it's 1-1, tied up again. Anybody's game. Syseldin, within 1 second, takes the second point. This is looking like a quick game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what Rathios can do. He looks for the headshot, aims a little bit too low, doesn't quite get it, it's blocking his head. Syseldin is looking for that shot once again, bouncing off of Rathios' right wall. That was a beautiful block there from Rathios. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Syseldin finally manages to find the hit. 3-1 now. And it's looking good for Syseldin to move on to winners finals, but we'll see if Rathios can pull through here. He's got a 3-point difference now. Syseldin only needing 1 more point to take this game. And looks for the ceiling shot, doesn't quite get it. Rathios moves the opposite way that Syseldin was expecting and does manage to find his 2nd point. It's not going to be a complete sweep this round. It's 4-2 now. It's not too huge of a difference. Rathios could pull something out here if he plays a little bit more safe against these shots that Syseldin is throwing straight to his dome, but we're going to see. 11 seconds is starting to be a long match here, and Rathios does find the 3rd point, inching ever closer to closing the gap between this game. Blocks the shot from the left, but doesn't block the headshot from the right, and Syseldin does manage to take the final game against him and Rathios for winners finals. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a beautiful match right there. That was a beautiful match.